parenting tips. Sometimes a pacifier can be mommy's little helper. But is it good for your baby? When deciding if to introduce a pacifier to your baby, consider the advantages and disadvantages of using one. Some of the advantages are: a pacifier helps babies self-soothe. Some studies show a decrease of SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, when a pacifier is used. And it is easier to get rid of a pacifier than to get your baby off thumb sucking. Some of the disadvantages of using a pacifier are: a possible increase in ear infections, the need to put the pacifier back into baby's mouth at night, and prolonged use may delay speech development. Thus, when your baby is 6 months, it's a good idea to try to leave the pacifier in the crib so he is less dependent on it. If the use of the pacifier continues till 3 or 4 years of age, there are some steps you can use to wean your toddler off his pacifier. Prepare them by talking about it. Use positive reinforcement. Praise them when they don't use it. Make a date on which to throw the pacifier away, like a birthday. Does your baby have a special blanket that he likes, or a soft doll that she's attached to? These objects are called transitional objects, and many babies hold them close to their heart. They give your baby a sense of security, warmth, and empowerment. Babies start attaching themselves to specific transitional objects at a very young age. Once he attaches to that blankie or teddy, he might want to take it everywhere. You can encourage your baby to attach to 2 blankets so that you don't get into trouble if it's in the wash. Some children keep their transitional objects for a very long time. There's nothing wrong with that. Let them keep it, as long as it doesn't interfere with everyday activities. Also, make sure the source of attachment is healthy for your child. A pacifier, for example, can cause dental issues and delayed speech development when used for a long period. In that case, help your baby transition into a healthier attachment. Remember, a transitional object can never replace you, the parent, but it gives your child a sense of security when you're not around. Did you know that you can start reading to your baby when he's in the womb? You can read books everywhere, not just before bedtime. Research shows that reading to babies increases their awareness of the world around them. Also, reading to your little one enhances their language and cognitive development. As soon as your baby is born, you can start a library for them. When choosing a book for a baby, look for books that have simple storylines and vivid images. You can also find touch and feel books that actively engage the baby by encouraging him to touch the materials inside them. Look for books that use language in a musical way, like Dr. Seuss's books. Babies might not understand the words, but they love when you read to them in a sing-along voice. For toddlers, look for books centering around a daily activity or chore. Check with your local bookstore. Many have reading circles where your child can enjoy time listening to a book and sharing with others.
Let's say you're frustrated or you're impatient or you're tired or you're just overwhelmed. Oftentimes you can find your breath up here and you're really not breathing. So we use breathing techniques to reconnect to that breath that comes from the abdomen and that moves up through the diaphragm, up through your lungs, up through your throat, and then back down again. So it's really about being able to be present to stay in the present, to stay in the moment, and just being able to function on a normal level. We have lots of variations of breath work. So today I'll show you a couple. An energizing breath. This is also called breath of fire. So it's a lot like a dog panting. You can even start by doing a dog panting where your mouth is just open, your hands are resting on your knees, and you start panting very fast like a dog who's very thirsty. So you're coming from your belly right here. When you feel comfortable with that, you can close your mouth and do it through your nose. So it's really invigorating, it cleanses the blood, it wakes you up. If that cup of coffee didn't work for you, sit down, do a minute of breath of fire, and I assure you, you will wake and perk right up. Next breath is a relaxing heart breath. So right hand is on your belly, left hand at your heart center. You're inhaling and you're visualizing your breath come through your hand and through your belly. Then as you exhale, your breath is moving out through your hand and through your heart center. And then inhale, hold the breath for a moment to finish this breath. People ask me, well, how can I meditate? And I tell them, don't worry, it's not about stopping thinking, because meditating, you're gonna be thinking. And if you try to stop thinking, that's impossible. So I always say, just become focused on your breath. Inhale, focus on that. Exhale, focus on that. And that's meditation. It's as simple and as easy as that. This is a relaxing meditation. Please come sitting down with your legs crossed, otherwise known as easy pose. If you want, you can take a block and place it underneath your buttocks for a little bit extra support in your spine, or not. Then place your hands on your thighs, bring your eyelids to a close, and begin to focus on your breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Inhaling and mentally vibrating, I accept, and exhaling, mentally vibrating, I release. And you can do this from anywhere from a minute to 5 minutes.
Subscribe now.